Hey star babies, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Gabriela. I make videos about astrology, veganism, minimalism, style, self-care, non-toxic living, what else? Sustainable clothing, lots to come in 2018. But yeah, I basically make videos about anything I feel like talking about. So welcome to my channel. A couple of weeks ago, I put out a video that was reasons why I would date your sign. You know, as they say, as above, so below. So kind of need to balance things out and do reasons why I wouldn't date your sign. Also, I'm doing this near the end of the year so that when all of you get butthurt in the comments and try to come for my life, I can say, no, I don't know her. That was 2017? That was last year? No, I don't know her. I always say this, if you guys get butthurt, I'm not going to apologize. This is not meant to hurt your feelings. You're not meant to take it seriously. Think of all the people in the world. Think of all of their charts and all of their sun signs. Come on, have a laugh, okay? For the record, I never swear off any sign, really. I've meant to, but then it just, you know, I attract that certain sign. So yeah, this is all in good fun and all in humor, and I hate that I even have to say that. So let's get started why I wouldn't date your sign. Aries, y'all are way too competitive and very confrontational, and me as a person, just not confrontational like that. You definitely have, I guess, a jealousy streak in you, but really it's just competitiveness. I don't always want to get the brunt of your anger when somebody, you know, hits on me and doesn't know that I'm with you or any of that. You guys will kind of take any opportunity to confront or kind of to show someone up or to compete with someone or sometimes to make issues. And that's just too much stress for me. I can't do it. So for me, Aries are just a lot of energy. Plus, that too makes you guys so active, so just like wanting to go out every night or wanting to do something every day rather than just be a homebody like me. So that's why I wouldn't date an Aries. Taurus, you guys are so stubborn. You will not budge. Once you've made up your mind, you are not going to budge. There's no room for debate with you. I mean, there is room for debate, but you will not. You will just keep pushing your point. There's no room to really apologize. You guys aren't always great at apologizing if you don't think you've done something wrong or if you think you've done something out of that was the right thing and your mind is not changing. You just are a little bit stubborn and set in your ways, and at times that can be kind of boring too. You know, being stubborn and super set in your ways can make for kind of a repetitive, boring relationship. So that's why I wouldn't date a Taurus. Why I wouldn't date a Gemini, even though I am dating a Gemini, see what I mean, guys? You play the devil's advocate way too much. Like, I could just be trying to talk about something and make a point, and you're like, actually, but if you think about it, and it's like, I just want to vent. And sometimes it feels like you're coming to the defense of somebody else that I'm like trying to vent about, or a situation that I'm trying to vent about. And I don't always want to see the sunny side up when I'm venting. Plus, sometimes if I have something good I want to do, you can also be like, but be careful because this could happen. Like, you're always thinking of every possible scenario in your head, and that can be really annoying. You can't really decide what you want, so, you know, I don't really like making decisions about going to restaurants. I need you to know what I like and maybe pick from that. But if you can't decide what you want and I don't want to be bossy and decide what I want, it's just going to take us 75 years to get any food. Plus, you guys are also so much energy. You're like so goofy and on 100 like all the time. Your energy is like way up here. It reminds me of Michael Scott in The Office dinner party episode, if anyone's seen it, and Michael's like, my turn, my turn. And Jan is like, whoa, Michael, whoa, babe, whoa, you're like, here, I'm gonna need you to bring it down, babe. I am Jan, I'm gonna need you to bring it down. Cancer, yeah, I know you guys are thinking and your claws are ready to type, I'm not a fucking crybaby, oh my god, that's what everybody says, I'm a Cancer and I don't cry, so what now, me? Well, that's not the reason I wouldn't date a Cancer, because I love men that cry. Cancers can actually be super possessive. I have dated my fair share of Cancers, of water signs in general, honestly. And yeah, yeah, you guys can actually be super possessive, because I think emotionally when you attach to someone, you attach so strongly, and so you're so afraid that that person will leave you or hurt you and that your world will be destroyed, which is actually very sweet, but it manifests in a really possessive way sometimes. Many of the Cancers I've dated are just like irrationally possessive. Like, even if I'm not dating them seriously, I'm like, hold on, you can go and see other girls, but you see me walking with somebody else, or you hear that I'm talking to somebody else, and suddenly we have a problem and your claws come out and you're going to be pissed. There's like a double standard with the possessiveness, because I do notice like Cancers kind of want their freedom to do what they want and to live like how they're comfortable living, but then if you pose a threat to their happiness or their emotional stability, because you are their emotional stability, Cancers also don't always let their partners think for themselves without the influence of their emotion coming in. So, you know, you can kind of say, it's so Cancer, because it's so passive aggressive, I don't know, do whatever you want. Whatever you want is fine. But you know that they're kind of guilt tripping you with their emotions or with their guilt, and kind of controlling your actions in a very passive way. So Cancers are sneaky that way. They're also kind of bad at apologizing sometimes, because they're always the victim, because emotionally they're always feeling something, so I'm sure it feels like they're always the victim. You can feel things and still be the one who did something wrong. You know, people that cheat on other people most likely end up crying and alone and upset, but it doesn't mean that you're the victim. Plus, I just have such a history with Cancers, y'all. Leo. So being a Leo, I get you guys. I get the way that you work. I get what you need and how much you actually need. So you don't really impress me, and I'm not willing to feed into that. I know how much attention we need and how much praise we need, and it's kind of like there's only room for one Leo in this relationship, right? Because like if I want all the praise, I want all the attention, and so do you. How do we make that work? You guys like to be chased. I like to be chased. You guys like to be catered to, but I like to be catered to. Your emotions are most important. My emotions are most important. Who's the king here? Because I am certainly not the queen of any kingdom. I am the king. So if you want to be the king too, you know, when two kingdoms come together, it is not always the best situation. Has anyone seen The Tudors? Has anyone seen any historical television show? Not, you know, forget reading history books. It's all about the TV show. Plus, I kind of need someone who can be spiritually inclined. I don't mean religious, but spiritually inclined, you know, into higher learning and higher power and spiritual soul searching. And I think that comes from other parts of my chart. But yeah, it's kind of a turnoff when you're not into that stuff for me, personally. And when you're superficial and you don't even know it. I really hope that doesn't apply to me. Virgo, you guys have effing unrealistic expectations for people. I can't be concerned all the time that I'm not perfect, or that my body doesn't look perfect, or that you're gonna find my McDonald's bag in the garbage can, or that I skip a day at the gym with you and I'm gonna secretly feel like you think that I'm getting fat. I don't know. Virgos do have this very judgmental mind, even though they don't think it's judgmental. They're just like, I'm trying to help you. It's a little bit like Michelle Obama said, you're cramping me. The let me help you, let me redesign your life. It's just a lot. Jesus take the wheel? No. Virgo take the wheel. That's what you guys are about. Also, I notice Virgos they like to be the cool, calm, collected, higher than thou one, but that makes them actually so petty and pouty when they're mad, because they don't want to like release the anger or like stoop to anyone's level, so they can just be so aloof, and it just pisses me off. So why I wouldn't date a Virgo? Why I wouldn't date a Libra? You guys never want to make trouble, and I find that oftentimes it seems like you lack a backbone, and I've had issues with that in the past where I just need people to stand up for me. It doesn't have to be all the time. I can stand up for myself, but if there's something that comes up in our relationship where you need to be there saying, yeah, I'm standing here with her and that's right, or yeah, I'm gonna back her up on this, and you don't want to do it because you don't want to make waves, that is a huge turnoff, because how can you expect me to do that for you? You can also say too much. I have had Libras, not that I've dated, but that I've been like talking to, and you know, Libras are that kind that will just message you at like 2 a.m. and just paragraphs and paragraphs. Honestly, this one Libra sent me, I must have had to scroll my phone 9 times like this, of the little daisy emoji. I don't know why. I don't even think that they were intoxicated or anything, but it was just like, woohoo! Like, there's just, you guys can say too much, or you can also overshare too early in the relationship, and it's like, how do I deal with this? You guys also just flirt with everybody. You don't even consider it flirting, but listen, I'm a jealous Leo, so I'm like, oh, you wanna try and smile at her one more time? Let's see that. Okay. Scorpio, you guys are know-it-alls. You know everything, and if someone doesn't know what you know, or isn't like you, or doesn't live like you do, you are judgmental as F. So God forbid something in our lifestyles or belief systems doesn't match up, we've got trouble, because you're gonna make me feel dumb. You guys also get moody all the time. You're just moody all the time. You're so in touch with your emotions and with how things affect you, but you kind of let them affect you too much sometimes, or you love to like wallow in the sorrow and wallow in like your own like filthy bathwater, so to speak, and it's just tiring. Like, when I want to move on and be in a good mood, you're like, didn't you notice that 4 days ago we ran out of vegan sour cream and you didn't even pick it up for me, and you know that it's my favorite? What am I gonna do without my sour cream? I just don't know what I'm gonna do. It's been 4 days without my sour cream. Nobody cares. I'm just gonna go write my poetry. Leave me alone. It's just a lot of like, you know, sometimes you don't really want to help yourselves. You guys are so smart, but you don't want to help yourselves out of a crap situation, because you kind of like being in crap situations, because you can get through it. You guys are really strong. But when I want to be positive and you want to be negative, it's like, don't they say that in Greece? Doesn't Rizzo say that? What a drag, or something like that. I don't know. I'm making a lot of references today. Okay, you guys also majorly hold grudges. So God forbid I do something wrong or hurt your feelings or something, you're probably going to bring it up in a future argument in 7.5 years. So I better be prepared for all of that. Dating a Scorpio, you better be sure you're going to marry them and wife them the F up, because if you do not, and if you end up separate, they will either be that ex that just kills you with nostalgia and comes out of the woodworks whenever you're feeling great, and they're like, remember me? We had a great thing, but not anymore. But hey, the past is the past and it can't come back. So hope you enjoy crying today and listening to our favorite songs. Or you have the ex that just ruins your life, that just does everything to make sure that your life is miserable for, well, until you croak. So, good luck. Sagittarius, you will go to ridiculous lengths to prove that you are right and that you are smarter, but mostly right. You cannot be wrong. You will not be wrong. And it's funny, when Sagittarians are wrong and they know that they're wrong, that's the only time that they're quiet. That's the only time that they don't need to give their opinion or say, well, actually, they will just like, they're just quiet when they realize they're actually wrong. It takes a lot for them to realize they're wrong, but when they do, they're quiet. They have nothing to say about it, and it's not a big deal. It's fine. I made a mistake. It's so Oscar from The Office, if anyone watches The Office. I mean, he's like my favorite character, but Oscar is such a Sagittarius. You guys are know-it-alls, and sometimes it's just too much, because I like to know everything too. So, and I like to be right too. So what are we gonna do about that? You guys, as I always say, and I know some of you aren't, but a lot of you, especially the young ones, are loud and you dominate social scenarios. And as a Leo, I need to be the center of attention. I need everyone to pay attention to me. But yeah, it's just, you know, too many chefs in the kitchen, too many cooks in the kitchen. We are really on a roll with these sayings and references today. I don't know what it is, but it's just, too much work sometimes to be around you socially. Also, I have to be on guard all the time and have a tough skin because sometimes you say things that are really mean and probably won't apologize for it because you're just being honest, right? Sorry about this light we have going on, but can't really help it. God forbid you make a Sagittarius mad too. I mean, not God forbid, it's not the worst, but really they're just so petty and so, they blow everything out of proportion. Taylor Swift. And you best believe everybody will know your business. Everybody will know what you did because Sagittarians actually love to shit talk. They love it. So, I can't. Capricorn. The thing that's difficult with you guys is oftentimes love or physical relationships, emotional relationships. They're not a priority for you because you know where your priorities are. And a lot of times it's achieving your goals. It's, you know, showing the world what you can do and working hard. And it's more about proving to yourself, making yourself proud. And I really respect that. But, you know, people with Sun in Capricorn or a lot of Capricorn in their chart, oftentimes love is not a giant priority. And for me, it is. So if you have a Capricorn that's like, nah, I'm gonna date somebody, I guess, you know, it can be like, I don't think you're ready to date yet. Oftentimes Capricorns are not the ones that are like, I need a boyfriend now. I need a girlfriend now. Let's just, I don't care who it is. Let's just do this. Like, I'm gonna love them with all of my power. Let's do this. Capricorns are like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could. Like a lot of the Capricorns I know, they're very attractive to people because they're just like revered and hardworking and like cool people. So they attract suitors very easily and they'll just be like, yeah, like I guess I'll date you. But if that person's me, I need all of your attention. It can't just be like, yeah, I guess that person's my girlfriend and then I'm gonna see you once a week because you're working all the time. You guys can be pretty easily distracted actually by things that are more important to you than love, honestly. You can be distant and reserved when that happens, and that's why I think when a Capricorn really falls in love, then it's like total magic because that will become their focal point. That will become their center of the universe. But it's very hard to make anything but their work and their goals and their mountain climbing the center of their universe, you know? Aquarius. Aquarius are, for me, those signs that you're just chasing affection from them. That's because as a Leo, I want people to worship me, sort of. There's a balance, because if you worship me too much, I get sick of you and I won't like you back. But if you really don't pay any attention to me at all, but you're like lovely and you're not doing it in a mean way, I just am tortured. I'm like, oh my God, share with me, open up to me, show me something. I just want to chase that and get it out of you. Sometimes it's not there. Sometimes all of that crazy emotion is just not there. It doesn't manifest in that way. Like, you're not going to get them to cry or like really open up emotionally to you. They can also be annoying as hell because they try to be weird for weirdness's sake. So they'll just try to be the weirdest person in the room all the time. And it kind of is just like, reminds me of when being a hipster was cool. Like, remember when that was a thing, like in, I don't know. It reminds me of me in high school when I thought that I was seen, to be honest. And it reminds me of that GIF or whatever from Riverdale. It reminds me of that GIF from Riverdale where Cole Sprouse is like, I'm weird, if you haven't noticed. Like, just, you love being weird. Like, we get it. You love being weird. Also, you guys can sometimes be hyper defensive if you think that I'm trying to change you or like compromise your individuality, when really I'm just like, hey, can you like maybe take the trash out once in a while? It's like, don't change who I am who I am, and to thine own self be true. Oh my God, this lighting is really terrible. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit. So yeah, Aquarians are just a lot. And last but not least, Pisces. Some of you guys, first of all, have this inclination to be like really into religion, like organized religion, like culty stuff, or drugs and alcohol. It's not false. Usually it's more commonly drugs and alcohol for just like young people. But I don't know. That worries me. That worries me a little bit. You guys are one of two ways, because you know what? I realized I dated a Pisces in college and I literally forgot about him. I mean, I forgot he was a Pisces, and so he was great. I just, I'll explain later. Anyway, Pisces are like one of two ways, right? I've described them as like unpredictable, these fish that you just can't catch. One day they love you, one day they don't. They'll talk to you for 5 days straight and then won't talk to you for a month. It's just a lot. Unpredictable, or they're just so loyal that it's like a golden retriever. And then, like I said, too much worship is like a turnoff to me. Like, I need a little bit of the chase. So you either give too much or not enough, and I just can't go through all the emotional roller coasters of all that. Okay guys, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video of me dragging you. If you're offended, please go take a walk around the block and question why it really matters to you that a stranger's giving you their opinion on your zodiac sign. Otherwise, I hope you awesome people enjoyed this and laughed, because I even dragged myself as a Leo. And yes, but for people who might ask, I don't shut myself off to any zodiac sign. That's giving too much control, honestly, to the stars in your life. You fall for who you fall for. Everybody's a lesson or a gift, and yeah, but all in good fun. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Happy Friday, or whatever day you're watching this, and enjoy the last couple days of 2017. Or if you're watching this in the future, hey. All right, love you guys. Mwah. Bye.